Hello people, my name is Eva. Welcome to this video. Today I'm going to tell you all the 7 books that I'm currently reading in. So stay tuned. So I did this video some months back. I don't know when, maybe it was beginning of last year, I don't know. But I've done one video of this before, so if you don't know, I'm a mood reader, which means that I read the things that I'm in the mood for. And so I have a big stack of books that I'm always reading because I'm already always in the mood to read something different almost each day. So that's why I have a big collection. And since it's been a while since I last uploaded the first video I made on what I'm currently reading, I thought it might be time to tell you what I'm still currently reading in. So let's get started. So the first one I'm currently reading in is Blood Cyan by Deborah Fillet. So this one is a sci-fi fantasy, I believe, following a young scion named Sloane. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. Who is a scion? A scion is a descendant of these gods who have the power. They have inherited the powers from these gods who are the descended from. And in this world, her entire world has been under the regime of the Lucius, who is outsider who came and conquered their lands, and every scion was hunted down and killed. So if you get finds out as a scion, you will get murdered, and your entire family as well can also end up dying. So Slulane is a scion, and so she had to keep that a secret. And then she is enlisted in this children's army, who is this army who fights, who is forced to fight against the rebels, those scions that managed to escape and fight for their freedom and for the freedom of their world. And so far, I'm really enjoying it. It is in first person, and I'm not the biggest first person fan, but I got into this really quickly. I'm enjoying it so much, and hopefully, I will continue to enjoy it. I am only at chapter 11, so I'm not that far into it, but I'm enjoying it really much. The next one is a reread, and that is An Ember in the Ashes by Sabat Tahir. This one is the first book in the Ember in the Ashes quartet, and I am currently rereading the 2 first books, of course this one, and then I'm going to reread the second book in the series to finish out the series. And so far I'm really enjoying it, rereading it again. There's a lot of things that I have forgotten happened in this book, but there's also a lot of things that I realize now I do still remember and still enjoy it. This one is following 2 young people. One is Laya, who is part of the scholar people who were once overthrown by these people outside. And when her family is slain and her brother is taken to prison, she will do whatever it takes to free him, even to join on a suicide mission to spy on the most notorious of the enemy, and in order to get the rebels to help them, to help her. And then you're following Elias, son of this commander of this military school, that just want to escape. He doesn't want to be part of it. He doesn't want to murder. He doesn't want to be what is called a mask, which is these elite warriors. They're heartless and brutal or bloody, and yeah. Now I'm at chapter 14, so I'm not that far into this either, but I'm really enjoying it, and it's fast to read. The next one I'm currently reading in is The Name of All Things by Jane Lyons. This is the second book in the A Chorus of Dragon series, and this is following a boy named Kieran, who is part of this prophecy that makes the entire world want him. And I finished the first book last year and loved it, and now I'm currently reading this one, which is the second book. I am only 13 chapters into it, so I'm not that far, but I am loving it. And hopefully I'm going to love the rest of the series because I have low-key bought it. So I bought the last 3 books in this series because I know I'm going to love it, and I love it so far. So hopefully I'm going to continue to love it. The next book I'm currently reading in is Blood Upon the Sand by Bradley Bill. This is the second book in a Song of Shattered Sand series. There's a lot of second books in this pile of books that I'm currently reading. So the first book, the first book was 12 Kings of Sharakai, which you follow this girl named Sada on her mission for vengeance against the 12 kings who killed her mother because her mother found out a secret that they didn't want to come to surface. And that is a basic tell on what this one is about. This is following after book 1, so I have only read 1 chapter, so I'm not that far into it. But I hope that I'm going to love the second book just as much as the first one, because the first one was really gripping and I really loved the premise. And this series is taking place mostly in the desert, Sharakai, the big city. It's lie in the middle of the desert, and I love desert fantasy, so hopefully I'm going to love this one. I have also bought the entire of this series last year, so I really hope I'm going to love them. So yeah. The next one is Volume 1 of Grandmaster of Demonic Conversation by Mo Shang Tong Shu. Sorry if I mispronounced that. This one is translated from Chinese, and it's about this young man who was one of the most outstanding men of his generation. He was smart, he knew, was a great cultivator until a tragic event made him go to a darker turn into demonic conversations. And I found this story out a few years back when I watched the live action series on YouTube called The Untamed. I will highly recommend watching that. And at that point, it wasn't translated yet. And so, was it last year? I don't remember. And then I see it gets translated, and I'm grabbing it right away. I'm not that far into it, but it's not a big book either. You can feel that it's translated from Chinese, but it gives is a I think it's a good vibe that you can feel that there's some it's written on a more different scale than the other books that I'm currently reading, and I really enjoy that. The next one is a Danish a book by a Danish author, and that is Vølvens Vej Snehild by Anna-Marie Vedsø Olsen. This one is a North mythology inspired fantasy series in Danish that I'm currently reading. I don't read much Danish anymore because when I used to read a lot of Danish books, it was mostly translated works from English and stuff like that, and I just felt that things went missing from the Danish translation from the English, and then I decided to drop Danish and read English books instead. But I really also want to read Danish fantasies because that is also something that I grew up with. So I have decided to pick up this one to support the Danish authors and read some more Danish books as well, because it is my culture. So I should stand more by it, and that is basically what I'm going to talk about this one. So far, I'm really enjoying it. Again, I'm not that far into it. I read this much slower because I'm used to reading in English and not as much in Danish anymore. So I'm reading this very slowly, but I'm enjoying it so far. And the last book I have on this one is Baptism of Fire by Andrzej Sapkowski. This is the third book in the Witcher series. And the Witcher following a Witcher named Geralt who has who kind of adopt this girl named Ciri, and because something that happens in the past that make their destiny to be connected to each other, And in the Witcher series, you will follow them long after. You are following them when a war breaks out because of this, because people want this child, and because she have these magical ancient powers. And the Witcher series is one of my most favorite series at the moment. I am so sad that I have not continued this yet. I'm only on chapter 3. There is only 7 chapters in this book, but they are hella long, and there's a lot of things to remember. So that's why I have not picked it up yet much more. But hopefully I can continue more with this series in this year, because I really want to finish it, because it is one of my favorite fantasy series that I'm currently reading right now. And that is basically it. So that was all the books that I'm currently reading in. What are you currently reading? Are you reading a million books like me? Let me know in the comments below. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye!